Hello, everybody. And I'm just going to get it out of the way. Yes, my surname is Purchase, and I'm not at a purchasing conference. I'm talking to finance. So, as we said, my name's Sam Purchase, and I'm here from Tungsten Network. And just to give you a bit of a brief background, we're a trusted business transaction network. And for us, when we say transaction, I mean invoices. So we're an invoicing network. And what we're going to have a look at and what we're going to talk about today is really, we want to talk about how the fact that we think with what we can do, we can provide a foundation for finance to get to world class. And generally what we've found is talking for our customers, and we transact 173 billion pounds for our network, is finance. There's been definitely a focus, and just, we do a lot of stuff with AP, AR. They've been focusing on this cost focus. But actually the realization now is the fact that the invoice is a very, very powerful document. And if you think of the data that was in that document, really, and this is why we're here today to talk to Treasury, is the fact that we can provide the data that will help actually move finance to be more value focused. We can provide that detailed line level data from invoices going out and invoices going in that can really help in complex environments. So if we just go and think at a really, really simple level, what we do is we take an invoice from one system. So this is a Samsung phone from one billing system, and we automatically get it in the other system. Very, very simple. But actually there's a lot of work that goes on between that, and we're going to talk about why and how we do that. Traditionally, that will get you a big saving of efficiency gains, but the reason that we think we can help with that journey to world class and actually provide data which helps is the fact that if you think of invoices going out, invoices going in, they contain a hell of a lot of data. So for these same Samsung phones, I'm now just going to have a look at our analytics, which sits upon all the invoice data we've got going through. And now I can just easily see the fact that we've actually got multiple Samsung phones coming from multiple sources. And this could not just be multiple suppliers, but also this could be multiple ERPs. So, big companies, what should we do? We've got to consolidate our ERP. Actually, if you think about it, invoices are key data of your sales going out, payments coming in. This information here, we can capture it and you can have a look at that. So the way we do this is we have two main core solutions, which is what we call Total AR and Total AP. For Total AR, what we can do is we can take a billing file. So your purchase orders come in. We can take a billing file. And what we can do for you is distribute that out. First things first, we check for exceptions. So the world's a complicated place. You need certain information to trade in certain regions. And then from that, we can distribute the invoices out. We can distribute them to other networks. We can use our own network, which has got multiple customers on. Remember, I said 173 billion running through that network. But also, we can manage dealing with complex countries. So we've got places like Italy. Italy, you have to send the invoice to the government first before it can get there. We can handle that. And we're seeing more and more countries putting this in. So India, we're probably going to be getting some legislation. France have announced this is probably going to be in 2023. So what we do is we provide that single solution that your entire billing file gets distributed to your customers. Now think, if you've got multiple systems working in multiple countries with multiple business lines, multiple product lines, the ability to have one layer that you can see what's going out there is a very, very powerful thing. And we do it in 192 countries, which is, there's 195 countries, so there's 3 we don't do it in, and you can guess which ones those are. So just to flip it around and actually give you a feeling of what this looks like as a product is the fact that, and we've already heard this mentioned a couple of times today, we can provide that visibility for AR that invoice has been delivered, which if you are trying to predict cash, trying to predict when something's going to happen, physically knowing when that document's been delivered, and I'm not talking about a PDF hitting someone's inbox, I'm talking about an electronic invoice knowing that it's been in the system, is a powerful thing for AR. If there's problems, we can help track the exceptions. So you can see that there's a problem with that invoice up front. So AR can deal with that quicker. We don't want to get to those scenarios, something on terms, waits to 30 days, then there's something wrong. You want to know about those exceptions up front. And as we've been saying, the world's a complex place. So you may have to send invoices to multiple different formats, to multiple different places for your customers. So it gives those advanced routing options. But for you to actually have a look, it's still that single view of that data, so you can understand what's happening there. Then, if we flip it around for AP, it's very much the similar story. However, we're in a world where there's less control, which has been mentioned before in this session, which is a great point about AP. What we can do is take in, again, multiple formats of invoice files. We understand that there's still paper in the world, so we can manage that transition. And all of this data will come in, and then again, we can pass it to ERP, and then we can pass statuses back to suppliers. So everyone is involved in this whole process. They can see what's going on. And if we just go and have a look, there's just some examples of how we do this. Cool, as Excel catches up. So we understand, and again, the big key message here is total. We're doing all the invoices coming in. If we don't do all the invoices coming in, then that data is not complete. We understand paper is a nightmare in the world. We still don't want it, but we understand it's there to be a transitional period. So we can manage that transition off of paper. Then, again, we're thinking about AP. We can go from simple routes, and we've had quite a lot about talk about spreadsheets. There's still a lot of spreadsheets in this world. Suppliers could create invoices from spreadsheets as a basic level. Or we can offer things like purchase orders where we push the purchase order to the supplier. They can quickly and easily convert it. By having this full range of options, again, it's about this total message of getting all of that data captured into your system. And then from that, we can push back to the supplier invoice status information. So again, it's a total view. So here as a supplier, I'm logging in and I can see exactly, and this is actually in Italy. So there's the government. So we've got supplier, government, buyer. It's quite a complex scenario. We can show exactly what's going on with those invoices. And if you think this is very powerful information, if you've got that whole view of what's going on. And then finally, just to sort of complete the picture, we understand that exceptions will happen. So if we need to manage them, if we need to look at them, we can offer workflow solutions to actually make sure that those exceptions are managed. And that will help bring it together. So as a very, very simple summary and sort of flipping it back to the story at the start, what we really believe, we think, is by getting this digital foundation, by making sure that AR, all your invoices going out, you've got the view of what you're doing, and with AP, all your invoices coming in, that gives you that. And, you know, we've got lots of fintech companies, we've got lots of other companies here. By having this base level of data, you can then go and do these clever things. And as a company, we passionately believe in that, and we just focus on doing that one thing that we're good at, delivering it. We deliver it to some of the largest companies in the world. As we said, we do it across 193 countries. So it's this whole idea of having total AR, total AP, which will help finance get to world class.